Hi, Earth people. I am Chinghiz, together with you. Today, March 11, 2022. Today, Chinghiz Live should have happened yesterday, March 10, but was blocked by Hitler, Putin, Aliyev hackers from bunker. You know what means bunker and how many their brigades. I saying that again. Bunker have two bunker. One under Putin control, another under İlham Aliyev and Putin control. In Azerbaijan, they are heavily İlham Aliyev banki operating, but main thing İlham Aliyev doing by Putin green light when ordered. And only they can order banki, brigade in banki. In banki, dozen brigades. In each brigade, dozen specialists, so-called specialists. Means Gestapo 2, İlham Aliyev police and DTH means former KGB generals 2. And what you seeing these days, Sodom Gomorrah, they pederast, what you seeing this online as exist Sodom and Gomorrah. And this they doing, including the İlham Aliyev police and the generals in banki, they too, and only the operating by İlham Aliyev order. And Hitler Putin at İlham Aliyev. And one of brigades from this dozen, they computer, internet specialists, other name hackers. Same hackers which attacking your countries, Ukraine, United States, Germany, Britain, France, EU, across the world, same. So the hack attack was, and yesterday try, but not was impossible, only hours later. And I decide go Chinghiz live today. And now we together. This hour Aikido against Putin, against Hitler, Putin, and İlham Aliyev. And what's happening around the world? Of course, main this Hitler, Putin come online, openly start act by intervention, military intervention, aggressor against into sovereign country, Ukraine. And there already genocide happening, ongoing. Hitler, Putin genocide ongoing in Ukraine. Say this name as exists. You call in other region when happening such atrocities, genocide, and that true. Particular one of fresh, this Chinese authority genocide against Uyghurs. This form, which was because their identity, because their religion, their language, culture, which was denied by fascists and other fascists, and very dumb Chinese Communist Party. But in Ukraine, happening this form genocide, as which did truly Hitler Putin. Hitler in World War II time, before that, during wartime. But in 21st century, Hitler-Putin ordered to his military jets, rockets, including Iskanders, others, even thermobaric weapon, two which banned weapon. Also the artillery and the tanks, others, attack residential buildings in cities. Hitler-Putin did that in Syria, in Aleppo. Putin doing that now in Ukraine. And this genocide, act of genocide, ongoing continuation of that. This was in Kherson, this particularly in Mariupol, this in other cities, in Hostomel, suburb of Kiev, this in Kharkiv, second largest city of Ukraine, shelling residential buildings, civilian areas. Same attack as Hitler-Putin did in Chechnya. Fully. And somebody won't deny this fact. They are ongoing genocide of Hitler-Putin. And you should, shall, must say that. United States of America, Britain, European Union, members countries, particularly Germany, because Hitler, Putin, online. Because Germany was endorsed and enable, acting as enabler, main enabler of Hitler, Putin. Germany, main enabler of Hitler, Putin. Undeniable, all online happening transparently. They mainly deny, block, do anything for our act, for prevent all that. We're doing now Hitler Putin in Ukraine. We're demanding act for prevent, use force, sanctions, and arm Ukraine before Hitler Putin intervention. And I know that exactly such action are together in time, prevent time. Can change Putin plan. But your covert position of NATO and their main enabler, Germany, and your wrong decision. But after full-scale attack, you Germany, you NATO, by United States leadership, President Joe Biden leadership, start act. There are sanctions which were demanding long time, but even today not full sanctions, which very crucial, full sanctions. Any opportunity which you given to Putin, Hitler Putin, and the Putin now, her genocide ongoing in Ukraine, this Putin, you're giving to this Hitler Putin, will use his, her, she maximum form. Other name, you seeing Hitler Putin doing genocide in Ukraine, but you not yet, not fully sanctioning Putin structure for destroy Putin structure, which are demanding long years. Of course, in this point, I will say, if you will act from together with me years ago, Putin not, and again, not will able do such things. This should be already obvious for you. And again, now, even today, sanctions not full. I demanding all Putin oligarchs should be sanctioned. All. No appeasement, no excuse, absolutely. 150, 200. No 7, no 10, no 15, no 35, no 50, even no 100. No do mistake. This is crucial. This is crucial. Putin will use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Putin will use United Arab Emirates. Now, United Arab Emirates together with Saudi Arabia come to hub of world. When United States and Britain start act against corruption and laundering and start act against Hitler Putin oligarchs. Hitler Putin in Europe launch war. They are genocide before your eyes. Why are you giving all this opportunity to Putin? We understand NATO not want direct confrontation, military confrontation. We understand that. But this should be enough. But seeing that, you even refusing fully stand with nation who in war and the genocide from Hitler Putin. You're refusing even give Soviet area time military jets, huh? No moral have here place on this point. There even not should be question of that. I even in last Chinghiz live said which scheme there we can use for stand with Ukraine. No fly zone, but okay, not you will involve directly in Ukraine. But seems that this not enough for you, United States of America, Britain, NATO countries. They are Hitler-Putin intervention and genocide. Only in Mariupol, civilian killed. Few days ago, this info. 1,150. Only Mariupol. Children, women, elders, openly, directly killing, attacking civilian areas, residential buildings. Because Ukraine area not covered. Ukraine not have these weapons. Now what you will do? We'll sit, watch, sanctions and sanctions not full, not yet. Their sanctions should be oil and gas embargo immediately. But you counting money, price will, this one, other thing will go there. Economy, gross mrot. Where your moral obligation, nations, civilized world. Oil and gas embargo and civil ban entirely. Who oppose? True needed sanctions against Hitler, Putin, which genocide in Ukraine ongoing. Who oppose? Mainly Germany. Hitler, Putin, Schröder warnings, others. Today, Germany, authority of Scholz, who blah, твою мать, Chancellor of Germany. All banks of Russia should be under SWIFT, including Sberbank, including Central Bank of Russia, all. And all Putin oligarchs should be, they asset seized and visa ban. They and their family. Among these oligarchs, officials have several, including oligarch patriarch of Hitler Putin Orthodox Church, Kirill, Major General of KGB, Mikhailov, civil surname Gundaev. Today's Russian Orthodox Church head. Why? He too, because this satanic Mrais Satan. Look at his face and his dress. What you seeing there? On dress, Jesus, religion leader of Russia, officially call it. Full endorsement this war of Hitler-Putin in Ukraine. And I was have video. I have not in tablet. I can't show this video to you. But in social media, have in YouTube, in Twitter, this patriarch oligarch, one of right hand, other in some region of Russia, head of church, directly saying what Hitler-Putin should do after intervention to Ukraine with genocide. Baltic states, Poland, call it Moldova, Belarus already, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, means Kafka states. This no matter why they not should be under sanctions. Put them on this sanctions list. And they're criminal, truly. Money launderings, huge scale, about billions. This about Putin oligarchs. And about sanctions, which form should be finally, I said. And this should be happening now. Will helpful, not will use. This means you continue giving Putin opportunity. Which now online with her genocide in Ukraine. This one, NATO, your grave mistake. Full sanctions immediately and send military jets to Ukraine. Send air defense system to Ukraine immediately. This is both crucial. If so, and should be, Ukraine can beat Hitler-Putin's military jets who doing bombardment, means doing this genocide, can stop this genocide. Only needed sent to Ukraine this military weapon, including military jets and air defense systems. Who will against that? Somebody blah blah there about provoke Putin, and I think this was Scholz. Hitler, Putin, Schröder warning Scholz. Putin intervening, Putin doing genocide, and no touch Putin, no provoke. No stop Putin, no provoke. This is very shameful to Germany. German people silence also very obvious, and it's very bad. Again, very shameful. Putin will use this tactic. Bluff on edge. Will do that each time. Something blah blah will use nuke. Blah blah will use nuke. You no, please. No provoke. What you want? Genocide, please. Yeah. No come to us. Putin not will come. So stupid. We each matter of our land, starting from Baltic states, all members of the will very protect. But in Ukraine genocide, you refuse send needed weapon to Ukraine army for prevent this genocide. Border country, neighbor country, on front line, battling for you too. Undeniable for you too. Front line means front line. America should do more. Should do his own measures. If such traitors as the Germany establishment, and what you will say, this Germany betraying and you not will use your opportunity, United States, Britain, others, European Union. You should, you shall. All we can stop Putin only now. Only now in Ukraine. We can stop Hitler Putin only in Ukraine now. For that, needed very simple things. Stand truly with Ukraine people, sending them all needed military weapons, including military jets and air defense systems, and sanctions all Putin oligarchs and civil ban fully. And they are against other countries who will help Hitler Putin. You also should act. United States, European Union, Britain. For example, I said that again saying United Arab Emirates. Now come to hub. Putin, Hitler Putin and his oligarchs all now there. Use FATF, put United Arab Emirates, United Arab Emirates into black list of FATF, FATF. Also, of course, Russia should be there because Russia financing terrorism. Russia doing genocide. Russia intervene as aggressor against sovereign country. And additional recruiting the Islamic ISIS fighters too from Syria. We have fact Ilham Aliyev, her right hand, long time from start, from her father time, Heydar Aliyev time, Baylar Eyyubov. Baylar Eyyubov was right hand of Heydar Aliyev. After he go away, he come right hand to Ilham Aliyev. All mean his decision in practice, application. Ilham Aliyev doing only by Baylar Eyyubov. These money launderings, starting from Baylar Eyyubov go. This cash money about even 100 millions. Was that fact? Half of billion. And we know Baylar Eyyubov also take cash money for Ilham Aliyev. Some businessman which was working in Azerbaijan, Accord company, named Ilgar Hacıyev. Ilgar Hacıyev. Look what he's saying. His interview. $1 million, $10 million cash. Baylar Eyyubov coming with his car. They meeting some place. This business coming with his car with such quantity of money, cash, monthly, to Ilham Aliyev. And given to Baylar Eyyubov. Other name, Baylar Eyyubov, Ilham Aliyev, right hand. And Baylar Eyyubov financing this recruitment from Syria, and Bashar Assad remained Ilham Aliyev friend. Before war, this was from 2011, before that. And this remained. And Ilham Aliyev again, Hitler-Putin truly only ally. And now Hitler-Putin ordered it to Aliyev, to Ilham Aliyev too, and Ilham Aliyev by his right hand, Baylar Eyyubov, also Putin have other opportunity too, using on this recruitment, but mainly Ilham Aliyev by Baylar Eyyubov. Financing, recruiting these ISIS fighters too from Syria and sending to Ukraine for fight in cities in Ukraine. You will ignore that. Again, no touch Ilham Aliyev. Another obvious blockbuster of crime, and you will ignore. Previously was, and I said that several times, Ilham Aliyev was armed ISIS when in Syria was happening war. Ilham Aliyev, by these airplanes, Silkway her daughter's name, owned this Silkway, this private company, but own İlham Aliyev, but registered Arzu Aliyeva and Leyla Aliyeva, İlham Aliyev daughters. They're taking weapons from Balkans, from even Bulgaria, and sending to Syria. Ultimate address was ISIS. There was investigation of that fact. I several times said that, but again, full ignoration. And now, by Hitler-Putin order, İlham Aliyev recruiting ISIS fighters to not only they in Syria, but they too, and financing them, giving them money for ultimately come to Ukraine and fight in cities against, be part of this Hitler-Putin ongoing genocide in Ukraine. And this fact, very serious fact, and this should be finally, you should act against İlham Aliyev too. Put İlham Aliyev on the sanctions list too. Who helping Hitler-Putin, they should be under sanctions. And about United Arab Emirates, I said, time for that. Urgently send military jets to Ukraine and air defense system to Ukraine urgently, enough quantity. And full sanctions, close loopholes, fully civil ban, and fully oil and gas embargo, European Union. Now and fully. No two-third, fully. No problem, you will, some big, maybe more money will send and buy from other side. There's no problem. Okay? I say this, and no afraid, NATO. This reality. Hitler-Putin will watch and watching. Using. No do that, no do that. Your decision, not direct military confrontation. Okay, we understand. Keep that. And stand with Ukraine. I say. World Health Organization saying this about Hitler-Putin ongoing genocide in Ukraine. World Health Organization. There are already 18 hospitals fully destroyed by Hitler-Putin. 18. This was several days ago. Their maternity hospital, their children hospital, fully destroyed. They already mass grave. Look at this video photo in Mariupol. Mass graves. genocide. Hitler, Putin, and this Milosevic, Karadzic, Mladic did that in Balkans. Maybe small case, but genocide is genocide. Stop Hitler, Putin. How I say it. About thermobaric weapon, I also said. And International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice Act, finally. The Germany shameful position of green lighting or helping Hitler, Putin, and this obvious, undeniable, and same time Germany thinking world maybe moron, not clever. They launching, they prosecutor, investigation against Putin crimes in Ukraine. And say this tactic for morons. This techno, very well known. Actually not touching, but some blah blah about investigation, which actually not, because of do that by sanctions. This well-known tactic, techno, and very shameful for Germany using this tactic, techno. Prosecutors should investigate, but previously, but now no late. They should start from Spack time. Putin in Petersburg and ties. Warning later, Schröder, their assassination of German citizens by Putin in Germany, even political well-known persons. The İlham Aliyev crimes in Germany, corruption and launderings. Start from this time. And additional, this Hitler-Putin genocide in Ukraine. But first, oil and gas embargo from European Union against Hitler, Putin, Russia, oil and gas embargo. Coal too, of course. And SWIFT ban, fully. And all Putin, Hitler, Putin oligarchs, 150, 200. Also, I call Western countries who declared they together with Ukraine, I call you start sanctions those who your country citizens and nationals, but sided with Hitler Putin. For example, Schröder, Zehor, for what name, and others, they, for me, clearly, they Hitler Putin enablers. And mayors, too, their position, no listen what they blah, blah, using technology. No, listen that. Watch what they doing, what they position. And in other countries should be same position. In Austria, in Italy, in Britain, they start sanctions, Putin oligarchs finally, but 7, the Abramovich, the Ripaska, Lebedev, Mebedev. Again, full sanctions. And stand with Ukraine by covering Ukraine area, by sending there to Ukrainian military jets, this Poland Soviet time MiG-29, very good, can be helpful. But if they will need it, we can use even other schemes if we'll need it. Addition. F-15, 16 by using volunteers. And air defense systems. You refuse send Ukraine patriots. Why? Okay, you saying Ukraine military not able, can't use these systems. But for start, send their other air defense system. And last info was Britain sending this system, such systems. But also training Ukrainian military how to use patriots. Here, few videos. Hitler-Putin ongoing genocide in Ukraine.
Все сюда. Эй, в этом доме есть человек. Покажите этому путинскому утыкли глаза вот этого ребенка. Врачи. Дорогой, житья обстреляны. Here a photo from Belarus, Putin rockets in cargo trains in Belarus. From there, this rockets Iskander 2
I don't know which kind of rockets, but concrete these rockets they're launching from Belarus too. Another video. The residential buildings.
Сука, балабановку нахуй сносят. Пидоры прям по жилым домам хуярят. Пристреливаются. Хуя с два они пристреливаются. Пиздец.
Residential apartments. How Putin using genocide, killing them directly, shelling them. And same Hitler Putin did in Chechnya, in Syria, now in Europe, in Ukraine. How these Goebbels of Hitler Putin saying, they laughing on you. He said Russia not intervene Ukraine. This Lavrov said. Some of you thinking Lavrov experiences diplomat long time. Lavrov this. Gandon bile, gandon. Hitler Putin gandon bile. Openly saying, no, we're not planning intervene other country, even means they, Hitler Putin Russia, not they intervened Ukraine. And reality. These videos. Already 1.5 million refugees from Ukraine. Thousands died, civilians, among them many children. And the shellings. And for Lavrov, Hitler, Putin, Goebbels, Gandon, bread, does not exist. Another very fact of ongoing genocide in Ukraine video. Alexander Sherba tweeting, barbaric bombardment of residential area in Sumy last night. 18 dead civilians, many children. This tweet from March 8. And this video.
это с дивана поднимется.
Yeah. Отлично.
Такой, блядь, Вова, Путин, привет, сука, чтоб ты сдох. Ну давайте, я наберу сосед права. Да, и пошли на эту женщину.
Who is it? Daphne Caruana Galizia, investigative journalist from Malta, killed by Ilham Aliyev order and by Joseph Muscat, daytime Maltese Prime Minister, involvement. Nothing there happening. No true investigation, no nothing, and continuation of that. Stop that. You know, when you endorsing being enablers of Putin, Hitler Putin, and for what this come nowadays, you see. The same time, same method. You're enablers of Ilham Aliyev too, and Ilham Aliyev crimes. Start sanctions, Ilham Aliyev, family, Azerbaijan authority, police, TTH, prosecutors, justices, in court, because here tyranny, because here more than 130 at least political prisoners, because here happening Tartar massacre by Ilham Aliyev order, because here was assassinated investigative journalist Elmar Hüseyinov, was killed several opposition well-known activists, Rafik Taghi, Rasim Aliyev, and others. Bayram Mammadov was killed in Turkey by Ilham Aliyev order. Needed through investigation. And against me, what you seeing this. Earth sad, tweeting. German officials were proclaiming shame towards their historical past as a reason for not cancelling Nord Stream 2 few months ago. It has always been about money and only money. This is clearly evident now. How cynical of them to use World War II and justify their behavior. Germany, Russia oil for blood, but already we know today Germany enabler and continuation of that of Hitler Putin ongoing genocide in Ukraine. I say. Foreign Minister of Ukraine, to Germany. Mr. Kuleba to Germany. You have done too little. This tweet from Kiev Independent profile. In an opinion for Die Welt, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba urged Germany to open their eyes, give Ukraine weapons, help protect its sky, get fighter jets, and impose tougher sanctions on Russia. Kuleba reminded Germany that Ukraine had asked for preventative sanctions, including targeting Nord Stream 2, long before the all-out invasion, but the important decisions were made tragically late. And Kuleba continued, it may seem to you that you have already accomplished a feat by making a number of important decisions. But while people are dying in European Ukraine, you have done too little. Very correct, I say. Daria Kalenyuk tweeting, we demand FATF to blacklist Russia, which and I call blacklist United Arab Emirates too. Crucial. Blacklist Russia, which is a state sponsor of terrorism. International anti-money laundering law prescribes blacklisting countries which finance terrorism. This measure will block all international transactions with Russia. Very important. And she continued, and Treasury Department of United States must acknowledge Russia to be jurisdiction of primary money laundering concern. This is prescribed by the United States Patriot Act law. This will be one more powerful measure to block all international transactions with Russia. And here call additional to all world, EU, USA, UK, including Switzerland, even here separately mentioned Monaco, they must sanctions all, not just few, Russian oligarchs and their family members. Their access to these countries must be forbidden. Their golden visas must be revoked. Do it now. Of course, yes. Ports from NATO member states, Switzerland and other countries must deny access to all Russian ships, not only military. This must include ships which are operating under flags of other countries but beneficially controlled by Russians. Very important measures, this too. And here initiative from Transparency International is about leading organizations release open letter. Open up company and beneficial ownership registers across Europe, they call it. The open letter from 127 leading organizations to EU. Very important. Now, EU, act now. Andrea Chalupa. It's easy for people to insist that Russia is doing in Ukraine is not a genocide, because then they might have to do something about. Instead, they deny genocide, deny a no-fly zone, deny planes. Let's be clear on what's happening. The world watches another genocide. Tweeting Andrea Chalupa. True. Dmitry Kuleba directly tweeting, certifying war crime in Mariupol. Russian airstrike targeted a hospital and a maternity house. We could stop this barbarism by protecting our skies. For the sake of humanity, provide us with aircraft now. Lives are being lost while this is being considered over and over again. Tweeting Foreign Minister of Ukraine, Dmytro Kuleba. And Luke Harding, Deputy Mayor of Mariupol, Sergei Orlov. Luke Harding tweeting. Deputy Mayor of Mariupol, the Ukrainian city where happening genocide, there are two. Sergei Orlov has just been speaking, says city under continuous Russian shelling, genocide taking place, 1,170 people killed only in Mariupol, 47 buried today in a mass grave, 47 in daytime today, in one day. And there are many. No water, heat, power, gas, with residents drinking snow and burning firewood. It's medieval. And Orlov continued. Putin is intent on having Ukraine without Ukrainians. It's pure genocide. The attack being waged by Russia isn't simply treacherous. It's a war crime. They are attacking us with aviation, shells, multiple rocket launches. In this point, I say, calling United States, Britain, and other countries, send to Ukraine military jets, air defense systems, and including anti-artillery systems, which I know this weapon have. They can easily find location of artillery and Putin very actively, heavily using artillery against civilian areas, residential areas. Very crucial. And Luke Harding continued tweeting, Deputy Mayor of Mariupol words. Orlov says Russian army has shelled evacuation corridor, mined their road, and put in a checkpoint. 200,000 people desperate to leave, only 2 of 3,000 able to get out daily on 21 municipal buses. The others destroyed. Russian deliberately shelling assembly points for those trying to exist. Russian soldiers also fire on private cars trying to escape the siege, Orlov says. Not at them, but alongside, so they are forced to return to Mariupol. They are shooting and bombing the humanitarian corridor. That's the situation, he says, calling for an immediate no-fly zone. And continuation of tweet from Luke Harding. Orlov says Russian army has destroyed Mariupol's Maternity Hospital number 9, a 600-bed hospital. It's been annihilated, he says. Moscow has also flattened the Azovstal metallurgical factory, which employed 11,000 people, as well as main administration building in Mariupol. And finally, Luke Harding tweeting. Luke Harding. Guardian Peace, my Guardian Peace on Putin's genocide coming soon. Meantime, here a film I made in Mariupol just last month. Back then, a flourishing European port city, already on the front line and home to Ukraine's small naval fleet. Tweeting Luke Harding. And here, this maternity hospital, Maria Avdeeva tweeting, horrifying attack on Mariupol, children's hospital, and maternity hospital targeted by Russian strikes. Many losses. The city is completely surrounded. There is no electricity, water, and gas. Russia refused to provide green corridor. City is facing humanitarian catastrophe. And here, video from these children and maternity, the two different but in same place, hospitals.
Обстрел. Роддом. Роддом.
And I know Hitler Putin using on this area, actually, this was after this attack, this situation. 1,000 kilogram bomb, 1 ton bomb. And this photo from this crater, from this bomb. One ton bomb, 1,000 kilogram bomb. Ilya Panamarenko tweeting. Just try and realize this. Russia today dropped a 1,000 kilogram air bomb in downtown Mariupol, in a location between a hospital and birthing center, means maternity house, just because it can. And Germany resists the EU attempts to cut off Sberbank, Russia top bank holding about half of the Russian retail deposits, from SWIFT, Bloomberg reports. How much is a human life worth? And same Germany also resists EU attempt cut Russian Hitler Putin oil and gas. Daily 600 million euro. Listen. Lawmakers from Euro Parliament, at least 100, call EU stop buying Russian Hitler Putin gas and oil. And their daily Hitler Putin taking money from because taking money from Europe, European Union, including Germany, mainly Germany. Therefore, Germany additional blocked SWIFT ban. For give money to Putin, Hitler Putin. There are no excuses, blah blah. Shut up. Hitler, Putin, Schröder, warning Scholz. Putin can buy this daily $600 million, euro, 600 million euro. Only in one day money. Several tanks, T-72, each one 1.5 million euro. Several T-80, each one 3 million euro. This means approximately 400 new tanks of T-72 or 200 last model of Hitler Putin tanks T-80. 200 daily from only this one day, from the 600 million euro money we're giving them, mainly Germany. Putin buying 200 modern tanks T-80, we can say that directly using that in ongoing genocide in Ukraine. For example, Ukrainian fighters until March 6, from start of war, February 24, until March 6, they destroyed 250 tanks. This is heroic because Ukrainian army not fully equipped, not yet, not fully, not enough, but 250. And Hitler Putin can buy only from one day payment from EU, mainly Germany, can buy 200 tank T-80 or 400 T-72. Whoa. Hitler Putin enablers. Online undeniable. Hitler Putin enablers and Hitler Putin currently doing genocide in Ukraine. Hitler Putin enablers. Again, Germany. Deutsche Bank says not practical, okay, to exist Russia. It's not practical. They have their money. Why we should, as other bank, which announced they leave Russia? But Deutsche Bank said not will. Because it's not practical. This direct means direct financing Hitler Putin genocide in Ukraine. Germany. German people should stand against these Hitler-Putin enablers in Germany. I say. Zelensky, last night, if you want, President of Ukraine, Zelensky, if you want to know what Russia is planning, look at what Russia is accusing others of planning to do. Very correct. And Zelensky referencing the false accusations that Ukraine is building biological weapons and planning chemical weapons attack. Very correct. Putin will use, Putin will use biological weapon, chemical weapons, or thermobaric weapons using because you not yet. And about biological weapon. COVID-19, this Putin job, Hitler Putin job. I said that previously many times. Again, I saying that. Again, this Putin job, Hitler Putin job, COVID-19. He launched this biological weapon in 3 countries, plus minus same time. In China, Wuhan, in Iran, in Italy. Different quantity, but on these three countries, Hitler Putin jobs this COVID-19. I say again. And again, Ukraine can use chemical weapons, which he used it in Syria together with Bashar Assad. Even today, not yet, not their court rule, not punishment against, no arrest warning, means arrest rule from International Criminal Court against Bashar Assad, against Hitler Putin already should be finally happen. Time for that. Yes, this Chernobyl nuclear power plant can use Hitler Putin. We should prevent, how I saying, not have other option, not have other way. Do that, what I said. Fully will successful. Hitler Putin will try maybe do something. We will prevent that, of course. Anyway, we will prevent. But we will stop Hitler Putin finally. Putin will remove from his office. But full sanctions and full needed weapons to Ukraine. And good news is not about Ukraine, but importance of that. John Scott Railton tweeting. Great news. EU Parliament, European Parliament, just voted to create a committee to investigate Pegasus and mercenary spyware. Look at the overwhelming numbers. Rough ride ahead for spyware makers like NSO Group and Kanduiru too, and others. Yeah. All these Israel Mossad proxies. It's the Israel Mossad job is clearly through investigation, including this new created committee in Euro Parliament, can this confirm this Israel authority job by the Mossad. Same person against me using Israel high-techs. Israel high-techs by Mossad, by green light of Hitler-Putin, Ilham Aliyev alone from Netanyahu time, and today this continue very high-tech devices, higher than this Pegasus, against me using. Right? Same persons against you using same, acting same form. Against me using as part of the system terror and torture. No spying on me, no need. But system terror and torture each second, yes. For kill me, for stop me. Of course, they go. They go. Stop me by this system, terror and torture. Doing anything daily, nightly, eating time, sleeping time, walking time, in flat, outside, each second. For kill me, for stop me. And Israel apartheid. Apartheid what means? This means racism, fascism. Israel apartheid regime participated on this system terror and torture against me. I say, this is about media. Eric Bohlert. The media's gas price theater has become absurd. This is United States. The media's gas price theater has become absurd. 650 mentions of gas on cable news this week. This tweet from March 9. Plus, they are completely missing the bigger story. Why these prices rising? Because Hitler-Putin war in Europe against European country, their genocide. And this mainstream media should cover this. And from this prism, should say why these gas prices rising. There are reason. And people should understand, allow this temporary rising of gas prices. Also very good chance for people already finally go zero emissions cars. Very comfortable, very secure of Tesla cars. Very secure, very comfortable. zero emission. They have not have gas and price of gas. And good credit given. Even Biden administration start give credit or doing less price of these cars even. Use that, Americans and Europe and all around the world. Be part of our transition from dirty energy, which doing this mess around the world, including wars again, and destroying our planet by changing our planet atmosphere, which is deadly for you, humanity. Be part of this transition. Buy zero emissions. If car building use same solar roofs or panels. Again, I think about Tesla because very fantastic, very real and fantastic and real, and price is very good, cheaper than you annually giving money to electricity, and when you're using solar electric energy by using Tesla, Powerwall or others. So cheaper, so clean, so comfortable. No reason deny that. No reason ignore that. All people around the world, particularly in developed countries, in United States, Britain, Canada, G7, European Union, G20, people actually join to this transition in your life, in your home. Other firms also have, not only Tesla. Use all this opportunity. Well, for me, Tesla best. And same time about climate crisis. Greta Thunberg tweeting another very alarming fact. Where this was here. Hackers can't do anything. But second, sorry for that. But here, this one, yeah. Quote from article, Reuters, from Greta Thunberg, quote. Global energy-related emissions of carbon dioxide rose to their highest ever level last year. Highest ever level last year. And tweet from Greta. Surprise, surprise. It turns out beautiful words and empty promises do not actually lower emissions. We are now at an all-time high. Use this chance. When you ban it by and should be finally oil and gas embargo against Russia, Hitler-Putin Russia, go clean energy. Needed Marshall Plan there. Without Marshall Plan means full scale, use all opportunity. You should call actually this forum, this very normal and should be. First, you declaring climate emergency. All developed countries, United States, Britain, EU, G7, G20, and others, climate emergency officially. And start act. Do that. This is your very last chance. Successfully fight and stop climate crisis. Believe me, this last chance. Declare climate emergency and start act. Powerfully go from fossil fuel to clean energy. You should achieve carbon-free economy in one decade. No later than 2035. 2035. This literally deadline. Use this chance. They need actually concrete plan. This should be. Scientists know that. Scientists saying that all plans, roadmap, timetable, all have. Use that. United States, Joe Biden, Britain, others. Use that immediately. Use this your last chance. Finally, here good tweet was I now will read shortly this few tweet. Dr. William Sheehan tweeting a tweet in which a British member of parliament inadvertently reveals the scale of Russian money laundering in London. Total values of Russian bank assets sanctioned here, but here about tweets. James Willerton replying to this tweet. Who knew that money could corrupt so many of our great elites, and leaders in the West? This is an uncomfortable truth. We cannot deal with Russia without looking much closer to home too. And François Heisburg tweeting, London-grad laundromat, Russian bank assets in the UK, Britain means possibly coming under sanctions. 6 times the amount of similar Russian assets in the whole of the EU. 6 times. Only in Britain. 6 times more in Britain than in the whole EU. This UK-based, these British-based assets are equivalent in value to 1/8 of Britain's GDP and about 1/4 of Russia GDP. Means all Hitler-Putin money, mainly, absolute majority. In Britain, Hitler-Putin money in Britain, absolute majority. And Britain refused act. Only few oligarchs. When they are 150, 200. And this should happen now. No give them chance, British authority, for take their money from Britain and go to United Arab Emirates. Stop that. The assets should be seized immediately, with immediate effect. And bank accounts too, of course. Peter Jukes, bloody hell. Russian bank assets in the UK, 12.5% of our GDP. Really? He asking. How many? And finally, about climate crisis. Naomi Klein, in all their talk about ways to pressure Putin by kicking Russian oil imports, we almost never hear about the simplest thing of all. It's not ramp up more production or build new fossil fuel infrastructure, of course, but something we can do right now: consume less oil and gas. So, people, true is you do enable particular establishment of world, particular developed countries, particular this, incredible, NATO countries, enablers of Hitler Putin. And now Hitler Putin, with her ongoing genocide in Ukraine. And you shall stop Hitler Putin finally. How? I said, without delay, immediately. Oil and gas embargo and SWIFT ban. And sanctions all Hitler Putin oligarchs, 150 to 100, with immediate effect now. And also go using this situation about Hitler Putin energy sector, means oil and gas, our embargo, replace that by solar and wind energy, mainly solar energy. Immediately, without delay. This truly very good chance for keep 1.5 degrees Celsius line. I say, I together with you as people. My name, Chinghiz.